Yeah.
Aw, taking care of Madam Producer like that.
Everybody gets a cigar.
Yeah.
Well, you can smoke in the damn park.
No, 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 no,
You
no,
can
no, no.
smoke on the frickin' gravel
No.
just outside.
Yep. They're supporting that way, man.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So, I'm Michael.
I'm Jacob.
That's Jeff.
Jeff.
And Amy's over yonder. She'll be here shortly. We'll be gone shortly to do his little help out. So, the production duties fall on me tonight, which is fine. I can handle this. I hope. I'm only partially here.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm told.
I'll try and back you up
I'm
as
told
much
my
as I
humors
can.
are out of balance.
Your humors are out of balance? I think your fluids are out of balance.
Right. Nicotine, caffeine, and hate.
Ooh.
I have too much hate in my system and not enough nicotine.
So I put the can do, and that's caffeine, anger, and nicotine.
Yeah, right.
And then I substitute the anger
With alcohol?
with alcohol, and it just brings down that one,
Yeah, exactly. So we got stuff to talk about.
Yes, we
Because
do.
I got yanked out on a PA call last time.
Yes, you did.
Which happens. Nobody schedules.
Hello, Sean.
Hey, John. Nobody schedules when they die with us.
Yeah, it just
They may schedule when they die.
well, as we have noticed, the biggest thing, the time frame for us is usually the 15th through the 20th.
Right. When rent's due.
When rent was due,
Past due.
now it's past due, and potentially someone's starting to smell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of smells, because this has a beautiful room note.
Ooh.
We are smoking the La Aurora. This is a very unique cigar, because you can see on the cigar being presented,
Thank you,
it's got
Jeff.
the shaggy foot right there. There we go. There we go. A shaggy foot, which basically means the wrapper's pulled slightly back to expose the binder and filler. So you're going to get binder and filler first, and then the wrapper's going to kick in.
Okay.
So, and this is a small batch, so it's a very unique cigar. Very limited run, available at Lowside Cigar Lounge. These are a little outside the normal price range, but I'm treating you guys tonight.
Aw, how
These are within
sweet.
the 18 to 20 price range.
Okay.
These are 18 and 18.50.
So not an everyday smoker.
This is not an everyday smoker. This is happened to be a limited, so I wanted to grab a limited for us.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
When those show up in the humidor, I tend to grab them.
Now I see the reason why you were talking about a straight cut would be the better cut for this.
Yeah.
So I just tried to do a punch and draw.
Well, you can always come back on a punch like that and hit it with a straight cutter.
Yeah.
Just nip the end like a Jewish circumcision.
Well, and you know me, I like to do punches versus cuts because I've had a horrendous time with the cap on them on a lot of cigars when unraveling, doing that, and then all of a sudden you're like, am I smoking a cigar or am I chewing on it? And
I do both. So
I know you're pretty horrendous. You're not even
I know
lit over there, Jeff.
I know. I'm teasing shit.
So this is one of those things where you got to light it up like a torch, like you're in the medieval ages going into the cave. Yeah, you're not even remotely.
It will be because it is shaggy.
It's shaggy, so it burns a little weird at first.
But it's also going to catch up.
So I had a bunch lined up for last show on the international run.
Yeah.
And I know you got jumped on with the local stuff, so if you want to skip local, we can just do international today. That work for me, or however you want to skip.
Well, I do have a couple things local.
Okay.
One of the big things is check on your local signs. What I mean by that is your stop signs, your yield signs, everything else with the winds that we have.
Okay.
Recently, one of my very own stop signs got knocked down just to stop
being a sign.
Yeah, it ended up being on the ground. Yeah, which on the ground don't really work too well.
Went the wrong way.
No, the rivets snapped off. And granted, I'm on the south
I'm
side
making
town.
sign jokes here, Jake.
I understand, and you can see my sign right here. But the big thing with that is, since they're riveted, as they
work their way out.
Rivets work great for locations that stay in place. When they're on signs, the problem is that they're a 3-piece split,
right,
with a center push. So it's sort of like a drywall anchor.
Got it.
Well, when I went up there, All three of those had snapped off
Well, they get metal fatigue over time.
and just wiggle,
Yeah,
wiggle,
yes,
and they
wiggles,
broke
metal
off.
fatigues. Jeff's an expert at metal fatigue when it comes to airplanes.
But one of the
It's a
things
good way to
I'm
crash.
happy about with
Good
that,
rivets do not do that.
well, these were some heavy-duty rivets with some other
When
reinforcement
you're
on the outside.
applying that kind of force on a single point, you're going to get metal fatigue eventually.
And that's what happened. But I did use the road maintenance app,
Okay.
which kind of sucked because I had to log in via email, go get the email
account.
confirmation, do that. But the new pin and drop point,
That work well?
fairly useful. I just realized that when you put those in, they try to like you can't just put if you put it in a street, it tries to take you as far west as you can.
Okay, so try to start at 0. On the street, we generally number from west to east.
Yeah, so it started all the way over there. I had to drag it across to the other side,
Gotcha.
but all in all, it worked fairly well. Now it was one of those things where I'm like, oh, great. Let's see how long it takes for them to get out there.
Right,
Which-
and we'll keep an eye on it.
I'll keep an eye on it to see because I had to put it as general road maintenance.
Right, because you had a failed.
Well, because they don't have a drop down for
For
the
sign fraud.
is broken for the
I
sign
think-
post, which might be something that they need to include into there due to the factor of how many accidents have we had in this town that someone knocks down not just the sign
But the
post, and that creates a more of a urgent.
Need. Yes,
Need.
because missing a sign, people can screw that up. Especially if they're not from around here. Y'all ain't from around here, is you?
Yeah. So we have that going on for local, which was cool.
Okay.
Another thing that was somewhat local, I won't say it's regional just yet due to the factor of it's not in Vegas. It happened north of Indian Springs. We had an F-35 that a
Decide
pilot,
to not exist anymore.
well,
Punch out.
pilot had to punch out due to the factor of he was having some maneuver issues. He was it was an F-35 that was out of Nellis Air Force Base. From all reports that I've seen so far, they have recovered the pilot safely with minor injury.
Yeah, I hear he's about 2 inches shorter.
Well, I mean, I don't know about 2 inches, but I'm sure his butthole has part of the seat chewed into it.
Well, generally that's what happens when you eject.
Yeah.
Because the G forces, your spine compresses.
Yeah.
So he's about 2 inches shorter. And he's going to get a commemorative from who makes the damned ejection seats. The company that makes the damned ejection seats sends you a commemorative medal for ejecting with one of their seats, which is kind of cool.
I'd love to see that.
So yeah. To fill you guys in on the call, it was the PA call I had to jump out for last time. It was a very easy call. Nothing huge. Unfortunately, a nice older lady passed away in her trailer.
Yeah.
Wasn't anything conspicuous.
Wiggle, wiggle, Jacob with a twist. What the?
All right.
Well, thank you for that.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. So that's about all I have
Okay.
for.
So
local.
let's dive into the stuff that I was going to talk about on the national and international levels.
Mike is all backed up.
I am. I'm a little backed up. I'm a little constipated. I need to put some more fiber in my diet.
That's one of the reasons why we do this is because we get the sweet release of getting information out there.
Data dump, man. So the attempted attack at Still in Florida.
Mm.
They've arrested 2 Chinese nationals.
Mm.
One of them fled the country. Guess where he's at? China. He's huge. Huge in China.
How did he get out of the country if they were?
Good question.
Mm.
And this was directed at the dignified transfer where President Trump is going to be there. They tried to bomb the visitor center.
Wow.
This goes hand in hand with I had all these bases. Fort Washington, IED attack. Texas, IED attack. And drone sightings have shut down operations twice at Wichita Falls. So,
in Wichita Falls, Texas, so the airport and the training base are in close proximity to each other, and commonly use the same takeoff grounds.
Right. So the home front is getting more spicy.
Yeah.
And it's not just the Iranians. You're looking at the Chinese trying to pull a false flag here, because where did the mind immediately jump to? A IED at a visitor center, dignified transfer. We're currently in a preemptive, reactive, retaliatory, military kinetic targeting operation.
That was a mouthful.
Oh, but not a war, because we have to declare them, and Congress has to approve those. And the mind immediately jumped to the Iranians.
Well, from what I see, you're kind of right about the slow motion World War One. It seems like everyone is starting to try to settle old grievances.
Right.
So it could be anyone.
Right. We're it is everyone and anyone. And that's what I want to talk about on the international front. There's a few things, trade and a few other things. I don't have my glasses there, Jacob. What did Vaughn say?
Oh, Jacob, the way you were explaining the stop sign.
Oh, okay.
The wiggle, wiggle, back
Fair
and
enough.
forth.
Okay, got it. Got it.
Down. You were doing more of the wiggle, wiggle, back and forth.
I like the wiggle. So let's talk about some of the. Well, World War One, you have the Russian problem, you have the Russian rebuild, you have the German rebuild, you have the German involvement in Morocco, you have the Franco-Prussian War, you have the Balkans, you have the Italians, you have the this, the that, the other, the Italians and the Libyans. So let's talk about some of these ancillary conflicts.
Okay.
So one of the ancillary conflicts we want to talk about is one of those nations that is a very difficult name. Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Okay. Because Niger has resolved its little spat,
Oh.
more or less, with the French.
Did they French kiss?
No.
Oh.
They expelled the French. And the French, in true French style, gave up.
Said, it's not worth it. Goodbye.
It's not worth it. So, in Nigeria, they've been having an uptick in Shia-linked terror.
Okay.
And the Iranians are what kind of what flavor of Muslim?
No.
Shia. They are Shia Muslim, and the Boko Haram, which is the group that is claiming responsibility for these attacks, is Iranian linked.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we have a possible Iranian proxy engaged in a conflict in a nation that has a significant oil reserve. And what are they attacking?
The oil.
The oil production facilities.
Okay.
Interesting, isn't it? Because one of the replacements for Middle Eastern oil is going to be African oil. And African oil, if it is no longer available, is going to drive the prices up on the global level.
All right.
Just on its own. If Nigeria was being attacked at the oil fields in Nigeria, in a vacuum, it's going to raise the price of oil.
Okay.
But when you take that in the global scheme of things right now, it increases the oil shock.
Yeah.
Because now a secondary supplier is also experiencing problems.
Oh, so it's like dealing with a bratty child. Like, if I can't have ice cream,
No one
have
can.
ice cream. You can't have ice cream. Definitely not you.
Well, it's a...
Because you look similar to him.
Exactly. It
beard,
is a legitimate military tactic or socio-political tactic here from the Iranians. Because the thing that's going to drive the West to capitulate or to seek a negotiated peace is economic hardship. Because they're not going to win militarily. It's an asymmetric warfare. So the way to win is to make it so economically painful for the United States and for the West that they give up.
Okay, so it's differing from Vietnam, where Vietnam, it was the American people lost their taste for war.
Right. It became
of the goal
casualties
of the war.
Right.
As well as because of the draft.
Right. We aren't
well.
we aren't seeing that so much in this current situation because casualties are low.
Mm-hmm.
There are casualties, and I'm not going to discount the casualties that have occurred. But comparable to Vietnam, casualties are low. We don't have a draft.
Yep.
So that's not on the table.
Although they did recently up it to 42 years
Yes,
old.
they did.
And I'm sitting there and going, I already served my 20. And I'm eligible for draft the next 2 years. And I'm going,
Your DD-214 says no.
my DD-214 goes,
No.
you really want to put me back in the game, coach? I don't think that's a smart idea.
You're frickin' Nolan Ryan coming out of the dugout at 40-something years old, high on ibuprofen.
No, I'm going to be John Daly. I'm going to show up drunk with a beer belly.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Okay. So we have Nigeria, and that's occurring. Boko Haram succeeded in killing 20 more people today, and this is in addition to the 20 people they killed last week, the multiple bombings, etc. It's getting hot there.
Okay.
You have their neighbor Niger, please, that is also experiencing internal unrest, dealing with Shia militants. They are involved in that whole Southwest Africa pact with Ivory Coast and a few others, which are all dealing with this very similar problem of Shia militias. You have Chad, which is involved in a civil war, dealing with, guess who? Shia militias. And now you have Uganda, who just discovered $12 trillion in gold resources.
Wow.
Plus another 31 billion in rare earths, pledging support to Israel, which makes them a legitimate target according to Iran.
So we have, so you talked about Nigeria,
Mm-hmm.
you talked about Chad, Niger. Where else have we talked about for that? I'm literally looking at a map of Africa.
It's that whole southwest region.
Okay, so Ghana, Guinea,
Ivory Coast.
Okay.
It's what was
so
known as
pretty much anything that touches the Gulf of Guinea?
Yes, pretty much anything there.
Okay.
They're dealing with Shia militias, Boko Haram specifically.
And anybody who was a World War II like historian or anything else like that, it was more the north,
Tunisia,
Tunisia,
Libya.
Algeria, Morocco, Libya, and Egypt.
Right.
Okay.
So we have this smoldering conflicty kind of thing over here with varying allegiances to various secret alliances, I'm going to say. The thing with World War I, it was all about secret alliances.
Okay.
And we're seeing those secret alliances come to fruition here, come out in the open.
Mm-hmm.
That Boko Haram has pledged support for Iran.
All right.
Uganda, which kind of has been this weird Central African country that has no allegiance to anybody, has said, yeah, we've got an alliance with Israel. All of a sudden, nobody knew it.
Mm.
So, bing, they've got an alliance with Israel. You've got all that going. You have now interesting things happening with the Russians.
Okay.
The Russians are supporting the Iranians directly with military hardware.
Yeah, this is
We knew this.
before we were stating about Intel.
Right.
Now
it's hardware.
Now it's direct hardware.
Which is kind of odd because the Russians are giving the Iranians the drones that the Iranians gave them back. But at the same time, we have the complexities of international politics happening.
Okay.
The Ukrainians have significantly stepped up targeting of Russian oil resources.
All right.
Okay, literally destroying ports, fuel supplies, ships,
Mm-hmm.
to a greater extent than they have in the past.
All right.
They are directly attacking deeper into Russia, attacking refineries, oil storage, oil production, oil ports. Well, what does that do, again, to this global oil market?
Mm.
It is leveraging, giving the Iranians more leverage on the West, because one of the things that happened because of the Iranian control of Hormuz is the U.S. has loosened sanctions on Russia
Mm.
to allow Russia to sell more oil in the international market.
Yeah.
But they can't sell oil that they can't ship.
Yeah.
So the Ukrainians are blowing that up, which is causing oil to do what?
Do-do-do-do-do.
Go up in price. You also have the United States leveraging India to allow more oil imports from Russia through India. Well, India is facing higher terrorism threats from Iranian ally, Afghanistan,
Mm.
and Iranian pseudo-ally, kind of, sort of, in a weird situation, Pakistan.
Well, because Pakistan and Afghanistan have had a back and forth,
Right, they are
but
currently
Pakistan
at
and
war.
India
Have a longer.
have a long-standing, like, oh no, you are not the enemy of my enemy. You're just an enemy.
by enemy. But the Pakistanis are in a weird place.
Mm-hmm.
They are religiously tied to Iran and have historically been very supportive of Iran, being a Muslim nation, supporting another Muslim nation.
Yep.
Well, about 15 years ago, they inked a deal with the Saudis
Mm-hmm.
for a mutual defense pact.
Ah.
The Saudis have been attacked by the Iranians,
Mm-hmm.
which in theory is an attack on Pakistan. Does this sound familiar, Jeff? Like World War I all over again?
Yep.
So the
You have
Pakistan.
signed a deal, and now you have to do this, or
Exactly, because what
Yeah.
would happen if Pakistan does not honor the deal is very likely the Saudis would declare war on Pakistan for failing to honor their treaty requirements.
you didn't have my back, therefore I'm a your back.
Exactly. So now we have a wider war. Now, further to that, we're starting to see the growing oil shock throughout the world.
Yes, we have.
So,
It was one of the things that I talked about last or Saturday. Was the factor of we had the increase here locally, and now we're at 150% of what we were at a month ago.
so we've been lucky actually when it comes
Really?
to that.
Because the national average, I do believe, is just shy of $4.
Well, we as the U.S. have been
Okay.
lucky when it comes to this. The Australians
Oh, you mean the ones
have
that
already started fuel rationing.
went through, and so one of their politicians have actually gone through and started to say we're starting to see similarities to 2020. Yeah,
Well, we're going to dig
fuel
into that.
rationing, potential food rationing,
Uh-huh.
all of those things coming into effect in Australia.
So the Australians are seeing fuel rationing.
Mhm.
They're seeing diesel shortages in Southeast Asia. In Southeast Asia, they have run out of fuel. There's no gas.
Okay.
There's no petrol. There's no diesel. They're having civil unrest riots
Mhm.
in Vietnam, the Philippines, Laos, Cambodia, and Thailand.
Okay, so I mean, this is one of those things where we kind of saw that coming about, where Cuba,
Had
Good.
civil unrest.
well, could have been our baseline. Yeah, that could have been the Poles coming
Mhm.
through, and all of a sudden there's blockades on Cuba.
Mhm.
Their
an
closest
embargo.
sorry, not blockade, but they couldn't get fuel.
Right. They've got one tanker through.
And now you're seeing time and time again of this, where we're seeing a skyrocket of a core necessity of fuel.
Civil unrest, food,
And,
etc.
yeah. And this is where, I hate to say it, but like, yeah, there have been many presidents of U.S. past
Uh-huh.
who have sat there and said,
I'm Jimmy Carter and I'm running for president.
what the fuck was that? The asshole.
1970s gas crisis.
Yeah, 1970s gas crisis.
Talk to you about
That was
energy
saying that we
crisis.
need more domestic fuel
Right.
or domestic oil rather than just relying on another country for it.
Right. So President Trump has invoked the War Production Act
Mm-hmm.
to force California to drill oil
Mm.
and to allow oil drilling in protected areas of the Gulf of Mexico. I'm sorry, the Gulf of America.
Okay.
That's all under suit now. They're suing him over it because of the endangered species treaties. Well, no, one of the areas there's like 50 whales left of this type, and they all live in that area. So
Okay.
don't ask me, Jeff. I'm just going with what PETA told me.
And he probably used to eat barnacles off of the
Oh,
drilling rig.
Yeah.
So
Are you telling fucking PETA?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
listening to PETA.
Well, they are a terrorist organization that needs to be intel.
Cold?
Well, yes, cold, but intel gathered from.
Well, I mean, at that point in time, this is the same group that sits there and like, we're for animal rights, and yet their own shelters have a higher kill ratio than Chicago.
I'm shocked.
They have a worse kill ratio than Nye County
True.
per populace.
So we've got that flavor. The Japanese are talking fuel rationing because they import 100% of their oil.
Yep.
And where most of their oil comes from? Through the Strait of Hormuz. Now, there are other industries impacted because fuel is not the only derivative from oil.
Plastics.
I've got one word for you. Plastics.
Jeff, there goes your love life. I'm sorry, man. Oh, sorry, that's silicone. I don't know if that's, petro-derived.
No, it's different. But so everything made of plastic, the price is going to rise.
Don't you shake your hand at me.
Because the raw material for it is much less available, and the price of it's gone up. Avgas.
Okay.
Air travel. Prices are going to rise. Shipping's going to rise.
Oh.
So every goods price is going to go up. Goods made with plastic are going to get double hit. And what's made of plastic? Freaking everything, dude.
Yep.
Yeah. The housings on most of my gear is plastic.
I don't know if
That's metal.
Rubber on the antenna.
That's plastic.
But
it's
tips on
it's
those
not
are
natural.
plastic. Yeah.
It's not natural rubber. So very similar to the things that drew Japan into World War II.
Ooh, yes.
Because Japan was seeking natural resources, specifically oil.
Yeah.
So we could start seeing some of these oil-poor nations start to pull what Japan did during World War II and look at their oil-rich neighbor and say, hey,
look at you.
I want that.
Fuck you.
I want that.
Fuck you.
Because world police are busy right now.
Yeah.
The UN is impotent. The United States is tied down. And who's going to take their place? Absolutely no one. So, plastics.
So you're saying like you and I have talked about this on a governmental breakdown. Here locally in the United States, specifically here in Pahrump, like when times get tough, then all of a sudden we start to see a rise of criminal activity. We start to see a rise of people just being like, who are you going to call?
To be honest, Jacob, at this point with the fuel crisis, with the oil crisis, I'm reaching out to Tina Turner and buying her a metal bikini.
Okay.
2 men enter, 1 man leaves.
I'm looking more at like
who runs Bartertown?
No, I'm looking more at California to go through and lax up some of their regulations so that way more people can actually use used
cooking
oils.
Yeah. So
to fuel their vehicles.
Let's talk another industry that's going to be impacted.
Borrowing.
Hits everybody in some way, shape, or form.
Okay.
Oil is used tremendously in the production of pharmaceuticals.
Really?
Yes. A lot of pharmaceuticals use oils. Or particularly petrochems.
Okay. The fuck is a petrochem?
Things derived from crude oil.
Okay.
Petro oil.
Yeah.
Chemical.
Okay.
So specific drugs that are petrochem derived.
Dude, if it's fucking Viagra, eat a dick. I'm sorry. You don't need to get a stiffy in the middle of this. If you can't fucking get it up naturally, here you go. Here's the stiffy for you.
We're talking cardiac meds.
Oh, shit. My bad.
We're
I don't need you to have a heart attack.
Various other flavors of medication are petrochem based. So we're going to see a rise in the cost or even lack of availability of some common drugs. And we're not talking meth. There's plenty of that to go around. Except it's going to go up in price because propane's going to go up.
Oh, no. Propane and propane accessories.
And Sudafed. Guess what Sudafed has in it?
What?
It's a petrochem.
Really?
Yeah. So anything dealing with that medically is going to go up.
Oh, fuck, dude. You know the reason why I hate that? You know the reason why I hate that, right? Because any time that they legally, without any fucking... They raise the price, what do they do to it? From there on out, they're like, we raised it.
It's never coming down.
1,000% because we had this. And then all of a sudden they're like, hey, that crisis is over. We'll lower it 500%.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
It's called the new normal.
Yes. So
That's the reason why we
one
still
more
have a
thing-
9/11 tax.
Exactly. One more thing in the medical industry.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah. Helium is used to cool quite a few medical devices.
Yeah, because your MRI actually has to have helium cooled so that way it keeps those. And then they also have the dump and purge on that
Uh-huh.
just in case an emergency happens where all of a sudden, hey, you forgot that you had a butt plug in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no. You were told
metal.
You were told it was 100% silicone,
And it's not.
and it actually had a metal core, and then that rocketed up your GI tract. This actually fucking happened.
happened.
It's a lawsuit that's ongoing right now against a sex toy provider because somebody went in with a butt plug that they, on the review, it was 100, or not the review, but on that said it was 100% silicone,
But it wasn't.
but it had a metal core, and then it turned into that person's core.
So,
You can't make this stuff up.
no, you can't. You know where helium comes from?
Where?
It's a byproduct of oil drilling.
Oh, fuck.
And you know where most of the world's helium comes through?
Where?
Hormuz.
Fuck.
So, your MRI just got more expensive, or even unavailable.
Ooh, okay.
And fertilizer.
We'll get there next.
Yeah, because you were talking about that because all of a sudden the pee-pee, the stuff
Yep.
for the urea.
Urea. The majority of the world's urea flows through Hormuz.
Okay,
So
now I'm kind of curious if you know this because I'm going to have to look it up. Where does the vast majority of horseshoe crab blood come from?
East Coast United States.
Okay, cool.
But
That's important medically because that's how you can go through and test
testing
for
and that.
sterilization.
So all of that medically is going to get more expensive or unavailable. We're going to see medical crises. Fertilizer, both urea and phosphates and nitrogens, all flow through Hormuz, a large portion of the world's supply.
Dude, that's the scary. Because put those things together
Dirty
in
water.
the right thing.
Dirty water, yeah.
Well,
Boom.
no. Boom. Yeah.
Okay? So that, in addition to transportation cost and production cost due to fuel shortages, is going to drive food shortages worldwide.
Yeah, because it's going to drive. Well, I mean, you have to be able to pay for it, number one. Number two, you have to get it there.
Uh-huh.
And if you can't get it there,
It
because
don't grow.
it don't. Well,
Without modern fertilizers,
dude. Hey, man,
it don't grow.
you know how do you feel about your soybean diet?
I don't eat well.
Tofu.
I do soy sauce.
Tofu.
The reason why I say that is because there's an abundance of American farmers that grow soy
Mm-hmm.
for the Chinese market. And the thing is that if they can't afford the ticket to get it over there, then we're going to be stuck with.
Well, the
bunch of
diet
soy.
I'm looking forward to: plankton, kelp,
Fuck you.
fish from the sea.
You
I am
mean the
Box.
ones
I am
that
here to
China has
freeze
gone
you.
through? Maybe this might reduce the amount of Chinese fishing boats that are going down to South America just outside of
The 12-mile limit.
the 12-mile limit, or I can't remember if
13-mile
it's
limit.
12 or 25,
Yeah, the limit.
the limit for international, and just getting swarming,
Yes.
and then just sucking up everything and anything. Because I know that they've had a food shortage out
Mhm.
there, and I've seen
Do you know what that causes? Causes piracy.
Yeah.
Because that's
Well-
what drove the Somali pirates. The
Ah.
Chinese overfished their waters. They were used to be fishermen. Now they're pirates.
Yep.
So now we're going to have South American pirates. You thought I was going to go with a different movie, Jeff.
It's a pretty small jump from fishermen to pirates.
Well, I mean, you already got the boats.
You
That's
thought,
what I'm saying.
You thought I was going to go Soylent Green. I went Logan's Run on.
Well, no, I mean, I've heard of horror stories out of China where all of a sudden, hey, they're literally scooping the grease fat out of sewer systems
Yes.
that have become,
For oil.
for oil, and then superheating it and then bleaching it so that way it comes out clean looking. Yeah.
Yeah.
As well
There's
as
a word for it in Chinese, actually.
As
It's
well
so
as-
common, there's a word.
proxying eggs, where they actually go through and manufacture eggs. Yeah, not from like, oh, here's chicken, cool, I have egg. No, scooping it out, artificial, 100%, and it's just meant to do that. Yep. You wonder why all of a sudden everyone across the states was like, they eat fucking bats? Like, hey, if there's nothing else to eat.
What? Sharon?
What?
I eat bats.
He doesn't eat bats. I do believe he bit the head off of a dove. He thought it was a prop. And seeing the era of which he did that, yeah, he could have been fucking doped out of his fucking mind and just been like, Sharon, watch this.
So, you want another product we're going to have problems with? Cost of soda is going to go up.
Really?
Why? Fully 35% of all bauxite, aluminum ore.
Okay.
Guess where it comes through? Strait of Hormuz.
Dude, can
So-
we please, I swear, this is one of those things like when we had the sugarcane crash and everything else, and like America was like, oh yeah, we'll use corn syrup. Fuck you. That shit's gross. Can we go back to having glass bottles again? Because it's
Oh, hang on.
What? Fuck you, man.
You know where the best silicon sands in the world are? The Middle East.
You mean the place where like a lot of Americans are sitting there, and we just turn it into a glass parking lot? Yeah.
The silicon sands are traveled through both Hormuz and, get your drink ready, Bab el-Mandeb.
Fuck.
Is it easier to list what does not go through the Strait of Hormuz?
Grain. Grain does not go through the Strait of Hormuz, but
It does
you know
go
where
in.
it comes through?
Does come in.
You know where it comes out of? Large portion of the grains? Breadbasket of Europe? Ukraine?
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a chance to go down to your local grocery store
Don't do
or
it.
anything else like
Don't
that,
want to run. Don't.
No.
We're not going to cause a run.
No.
We're not going to cause panic.
no. What I have to say is, get 10 soups.
Mm-hmm.
All right, find out the 10 soups that you like now. And the reason why is because most soup is shelf stable.
Yes,
Go
it is.
through, do that. The reason why I say this is because you need to know what you like and what your body agrees with.
Exactly.
Because ramen noodles are really easy to come across. The only problem is as a dude who's lived off of ramen noodles for 10 days
It'll
plus,
tear you up, man.
oh my God. You thought toilet paper on... No. At that point in time, I would say, screw that. I'm going to crap outside because there's nothing noticeable about that.
No
You're just
life
going to have to
left.
spray down with a garden hose because the shaping of your rear end is going to
Mhm.
be atrocious.
Exactly. And just in time.
Plus,
What?
soup is a complete nutrient. It has the liquid.
True. And solid.
Everything is in
And proteins, depending on what you get.
Well, I'm
It-
just
it-
worried
it-
about the people who also have need of heart medicine. 'cause
Right.
You said that could be potentially
That's-
in most. Is due to the factor of
The
a lot of soups have higher sodiums. You know, the natural preservative.
Yes. Just in time for Hormuz to be closed. Guess who's involved in the war now? Our friends, the Houthis. They're back. Again.
Guess who's back?
And they are threatening to close Bab el-Mandeb.
Fuck.
They just attacked Israel. Again.
Mm.
The Saudis have declared that they are getting involved in the war on two fronts. They're going to begin attacking the Houthis again, and they will be direct striking Iran.
Okay.
The Qataris have made a deal with Iran
Mm-hmm.
not to enter the war.
Which I wonder if that breaks lease agreements.
No, the U.S. can still use bases.
Okay.
So next up is the constant attacks on, quote, war crime type targets.
Okay.
It's only a war crime the second time. Just ask the Canadians. Civilian infrastructure is being targeted both by the Iranians and by the Israel allies, particularly power infrastructure.
Fuck.
And guess what? Desalination plants.
Oh.
The entire region runs on desal plants because there is no natural water supply. And
What was it again? 3 minutes for oxygen,
3 days without water.
3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
That's big. The desalination plants.
Yeah, that's been an uptick.
Because that's not like an overnight type
No,
bill
you
either.
can't fix that
No.
rapidly, especially if
And
it's
they
well
have
hit.
no other recourse.
There's no other recourse. You can't truck in enough water to fix it.
You know who's going to be really happy? Nestle.
They'll bring the water in.
The fucking assholes who sat there and was like, water isn't a right. We're just going to take all your
We're
water,
just going to drain this shit.
bottle it all up, and then sell it back to you. No.
But it gets worse.
Oh, fuck. Dude, I'm almost out of drink.
It gets worse.
No, fuck. Okay.
You know what's attacked today? On both sides?
Uranus?
Dual-use chemical plants.
Okay.
Tel Aviv and Tehran are under shelter-in-place orders because there are massive chemical clouds from these dual-use chemical plants.
Okay.
So, again, World War I. Poof. Here's some chlorine gas for you. But that's not the whole of it. And then it got worse.
Yeah.
Because they're playing a game of I'm not touching you with their nuclear facilities.
What?
Oh, yes. The Israelis hit 300 yards from the Iranian plant. Blowing it up would release a cloud of nuclear radiation.
Damn it.
The
I know.
Iranians responded by hitting 200 yards from the Israeli plant. The Israelis responded by hitting a car in the parking lot. I'm not touching you.
Knock it off. Knock it off. Butthole.
Exactly. They're playing I'm not touching you with the nuclear plants. So we could very easily end up with Chernobyl levels of release because it would breach the core. There's a nuclear level release that contaminates the entire region. And guess where those winds go?
Do you want unleaded or releasing nuclear material? Shit.
So that
Dude, I remember like grandma or like the people who go through the garage sales and looking for the Pyrex and shit like
Yes,
that.
the
that
uranium
has
glass.
The uranium glass and shit. And they're going, what? Imagine you go through your oil, your gasoline, and you have to shine the light through, and you're like, nah, this is contaminated.
it's extra powerful.
Yeah.
Or you're back to Thunderdome. No.
Yes, Gastown.
He had a radiation meter checking the water and everything
Mhm.
we're selling.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
That wind blows across the two most populous nations on the planet, the Indians and the Chinese. Neither of which are very clean cultures, which means they're not going to get radiation scrubbing. They probably don't own gas masks like we do here in Pahrump.
Definitely not like we own here out in Pahrump.
No.
I think Pahrump has more preppers per capita than a lot of other places. The only thing that I haven't seen more out here is like where people have root cellars, just due to the factor of they don't dig deep enough.
They just don't tell you about them.
I understand that.
The first rule of having a fallout shelter is don't tell anybody, because then they'll start knocking at your door when you need it.
Yeah.
So we are looking at broadening of this conflict. You have the Australians, you have Southeast Asia, you have Africa flaring up, you have the United States getting more heavily involved into South America.
We still have 15 minutes.
I know, but I'm still working on it. So, because I haven't touched on South America or Europe yet. So South America, of course, we attacked Venezuela.
Yep.
That oil was supposed to make up for this. It's not even coming close.
Yeah.
And it's going to take 10 years for that oil production to come online.
Well, it might help us, but the worldwide situation.
Well, got to remember, oil is sold on the international market, on the global market. So any increase in supply in a location increases or reduces or increases supply globally. The problem is, and this is what we're seeing in the Middle East, is these facilities that are not spun up or that have been destroyed, or like California that have been mothballed. It's going to take between 5 and 10 years if we stop right now. If we stop blowing shit up right now, 10 years. 10 years until we're back to where we were when this war started.
You ready for Canadian prices? Where it's $4 a liter?
The Canadian price right now is almost $7.
Fuck.
Huh?
For
Liter?
for any of you who do not speak outside of metric, okay, it is what 3.8 liters
For
per
the
gallon. Okay, so when you start talking that math real quick, that is about $25 a fucking gallon
It's the pricing up there is terrible.
for fuel.
And the reason why is they import 100% of their gas from the international market. Well, the international market is having difficulty because the refineries in the Middle East, where a lot of their gas comes from, or the United States, where a lot of their gas comes from, our refineries are catching fire on an almost weekly basis. We had 2 in Texas go boom the last month. We have California shuttering theirs. It's going to take years for those to spin back up.
Shit.
Well, what about all the oil shale up in Canada? That's not a factor.
You've got plenty of oil shale, but
But
nowhere
you
to
still have to
refine it.
refine
It
it.
has to get
Refiners.
refined.
And shale oil
It's
takes
dirty as fuck.
extra special.
So it
That's
would have
the
made
reason-
sense for them to have processing up there.
That's the
Correct.
reason why,
But
like,
their environmental
North-
laws do not allow it.
North Dakota has a lot of shale oil. So you have oil that's mixed with sand. The whole thing is that if oil is below $90 a barrel, it really doesn't turn profit. So when it dropped down to $70 a barrel, a lot of the oil to pull it up got fucking
Right.
flat.
Now
They're
it's
like,
got to
nope.
get spun back up, which is going to take at least a year.
Mm-hmm. Things take time. And this is what a lot of people didn't realize when Trump took office, and he's like, hey, we want to bring it back to America. We want to bring it back to America.
Just the cost is
You have to build the plants.
right.
You have
You
to train
can't
the
just
people.
immediately build it.
You can't be an asshole and have an ice cold on a plant
Exactly.
that is being spun up and trained by South Koreans
Right.
and then fucking try to get them the fuck out of there.
Or
Like, that
California
doesn't
saying,
fucking
no,
help.
no, no.
No,
Right.
no.
You can't have me.
Yeah.
So that's the integral problem there. But we're looking at oil prices being high for the next 10 years. We're looking at fuel prices being high for the next 10 years. If we have a fertilizer failure, we could see crop failures. When you see crop failures, that's going to take years to recover from.
Depending on soil treatment and everything else, as well as rollover.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It can
because
take-
certain crops take certain nutrients out of that, and what we really, really don't want to see is
Dust
a
bowl.
return of the Dust Bowl.
And we could very easily see that with over farming, where the nutrients aren't there. They get sucked out of the soil because the crop is being replanted without the fertilizer.
You ready to look like old man's testicles all raisined up? I'm not.
Tell me about the rabbits.
Well, rabbits actually produce faster and they're cheaper to maintain than chickens.
Yes.
The only difference is
We're going to
that
have a-
chickens, you can actually have a dual phase where you get eggs and then chicken meat as they're raised. But per pound, you actually get more out of rabbits than you do chickens.
Only if I don't kill them.
Only
Tell me about the rabbits, George.
We're not on Mars, you asshole. What? Do you want to eat the tender ones? You fucking Epstein asshole.
No, I was talking about the Grapes of Wrath.
Mm.
It's a book about the Dust Bowl. Depression. What this could cause is exactly that.
Mm.
An economic collapse.
Okay.
You have farming failure, you have transport failure, you have medical failure, you have metals failure, you have all these things happening at the very same time.
Well, it's
We're-
beginning
we're-
to be a lot like spring.
Exactly.
So, wait. For anyone who is interested in home farming or anything else like that, I might recommend the Farmer's Almanac. So that way
Oh.
you can actually see when to plant your crops. Do it in paper-based, or at least print it out if you
There's
do
a
not have it.
problem with that.
Fuck! What now? Nuclear winter?
This is the last year for the Farmer's Almanac.
No shit.
Yep. This is the last year of production for the Farmer's Almanac.
What a coincidence.
Ladies and gentlemen, get your Farmer's Almanac now before they fucking
Go out of
discontinue it. As a lot of people know, there's certain individuals in the government who think that they know better, so they're like, hey, it ain't worth the shit. So why are we keep on putting into it? Because there's only about a dozen people who actually pay into it. Fuck
All
that.
right.
Dude, this is the point in time where I'm going to start talking to more and more old heads that have farmed, that have raised chickens.
Lived through depression, lived through gas crises.
Dude, the thing is that the vast majority that have lived through a depression are now gone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I remember being one of the very few people to talk to a World War I vet on Veterans Day.
Right. I've done that too. My grandmother. They're all dead.
They're dead. And so now it's come time where it's like, holy shit,
Those
who are
things
we
are
going
lost.
to go to?
Go
This
to
is
your
one of
local library.
Yes, go to your local library. Read actual books, not just what's on the internet.
The Grapes of Wrath. What's the one with fucking
Dude, I thought it was.
Jode?
I thought it'd get to the future technology. 459
What's the one with Lenny?
or 451.
Lenny and George. Mice and Men. Thank you.
Oh shit, that one. Mm-mm.
Let's talk Europe, because Europe is having problems too. We don't have time for Europe.
All right.
I've hit all the continents now. So the Spanish are in, the Spanish are out. The Spanish are in, the Spanish are out. Spanish are in, Spanish are out.
I thought that's how the Spanish, literally went across the globe. They went to Mexico. Spanish are in, Spanish are out. Spanish are in, Spanish are out.
So Spain
They
said
did the same thing to the fucking Philippines.
fair enough. So the Spain was not going to allow the U.S. to use bases.
Okay.
Then they were going to allow U.S. to use bases, and now the Spanish are back to you can't use the bases that are here.
Okay.
The Brits, you can't use our stuff. You can use our stuff. You can't use our stuff. Now we can use their stuff again.
Well, they were sitting there initially and saying you can use it, but you cannot use it for offensive.
Mm-hmm.
So we're perfectly fine with you being the protective shield over here, as long as you're not going over there and sticking your dick in. Like, you can use your finger, okay, but not your dick. AKA doing something productive.
Yep. So
How many times have we pulled their crap out of the fire?
exactly. So that's the latest statement, is that for Spain, Trump has told them don't invoke Article 5 ever, because we ain't coming.
Yeah.
And
And I can understand certain countries sitting there and being like, yo, dude, we didn't start this war. We didn't do all this. But it's like, at the same time, NATO is NATO. NATO is NATO.
right,
If you're
these are
going to sit there and be
your
like,
bases.
we're under attack, if you're not going to come to our beckoning call, then once again,
Right, and the thing
if you
is
got my back, then
that-
I'm going to have your backside.
that NATO has been attacked.
Mhm.
In the Turks.
Mhm.
Turkish have been attacked. Cyprus has been attacked. The United Kingdom has been attacked, and their bases in Cyprus. The United States has been attacked in our
Mhm.
bases throughout the Middle East. So that's the Spanish problem. The Germans just blew up an oil tanker.
The fuck?
Yeah,
The Germans blew up an oil tanker? Like, going to where?
from Russia to the rest of the world. Part
Well-
of their dark fleet.
Okay, I can understand Germans being pissed the fuck off. The reason why is because Russia literally blew up their own fucking passageway, that direct pipeline,
Yep.
gas, fuel.
Allegedly.
No, fuck you, Russia. Blew up their own fucking fuel
Mm-hmm.
that was going into Germany because
Mhm.
they were like, oh, the Ruskies were like, oh, you're going to side with the United States. We're going to fuck you up now. Well, what are we going to do? Oh, it's going to be a cold winter in Germany. Ended that shit.
We're going to send the bears?
No,
The
we're
train-
not talking about San Francisco.
train
Fuck off,
bears?
dude.
I suspect Russia still doesn't like Germany for some reason.
Yeah, I think there's some tension there.
Mainly because the U.S. went and provided an airlift, so that way the
Germans
East,
can get starved.
East Berlin didn't fucking starve to death.
And I think that there was some problem in World War II. I don't remember what that was.
Maybe
So-
it was I can't remember which general was it who was like, "Hey, just let me continue on, and we'll clear out the rest of it."
Yeah.
it was Pat.
So
You want to keep going.
Mhm.
let's go with one more thing. That's a problem. I got time for one more thing, and just one more.
Yeah, one more thing.
One more thing. So we failed to learn a lesson in Nam because we're conducting this war
Okay.
very much like we conducted Vietnam. We are focused on number of bombs dropped, number of kills, number of this, number of that, as opposed to our goals being achieved.
Yeah.
And targeting is being done, and these are targeting packages that I'm looking at, where we're getting the same target 5 times, and counting that as 5 strikes. We're blowing up bulldozers, for
Dude,
fuck's sake. They're
If
in
I'm
normal
fucking-
targeting
If I'm
packages.
fucking the same chick, okay, it's not a new bang. It's the same bang.
Right.
You can't drop a bomb on the same thing and be like, "I fucked this new bitch." Yeah, no.
Did you know that Nixon bribed Tew
Mm-hmm.
inviting us to Vietnam? He bribed him
Mm-hmm.
so that the war could continue.
So we're conducting this war a lot like we conducted the air war in Nam. Number of bombs dropped, number of sorties, number of this, number of that, number of kills. And we can't substantiate the kills because we have no intel inside Iran, really.
Mhm.
So it's very much like, how many in BC did we kill today? I don't know. Mark that as 300. Johnson marked it as 300
Mhm.
because that looks good on the report. You know, and we run the risk here specifically with Iran being very effective. And this is no denigration of the U.S. Armed Forces and our guys in action. Iran is, I hate to say it, winning. Not militarily, not tactically.
Economically.
It's very much like Vietnam, where you win every battle and lose the war.
Mm-hmm.
Where all they have to do is hold out long enough for oil prices and food prices and medical prices and this price and that price and this other price to get so high that the American people lose their stomach for war, change administrations, and it all ends. And things go back to status quo ante bellum.
I do have one thing though.
Yeah, what do you got?
Gotta look it up right quick because it came in right after that.
Late breaking.
No.
So Iran is not a small country. They have over 90 million people.
Yes. They have a large number of people, 1 million men under arms, and they are geographically very dispersed.
We're not attacking a small nation.
No. On paper, they elect their parliament, they elect their president, they just have the Ayatollah over everybody.
I gotta bring this up. Dennis Hoff died.
Years ago!
72. Styled himself as America's
Dude.
best-known pimp.
Hoff died frickin' before I even got to Pahrump.
Yeah, well,
Hoff,
AOL is just announcing it.
Hoff died. Hoff. Yeah,
Yeah.
ran several. Hoff died the night that he won the election for our representative seat that Greg Hafen currently sits in.
Yes. I had to bring some hilariousness to it.
Oh, shit. One last thing, gentlemen. One last thing. What do you think of the cigar?
Cigar's good. I'm really enjoying it. It was a fucking tricky bitch to light, though.
Yes, shaggy foots can be that way. You have to really give them a good torch because you have a lot of airflow to it. And that stoichiotomy, there's a word of the day, stoichiotomy, the mix of fuel and air needs to be right.
Didn't cigarette people put something in cigarettes that keeps them burning anyway?
Absolutely.
And then they turned around and created fire-safe cigarettes, so that way the outside paper actually doesn't burn for a prolonged period of time, and that was because a bunch of people were like, well, they're
Oh, we
flicking
smoking
them
bed.
out the window.
We spoke in bed.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, hey, that's causing fires because of people doing this,
which,
and
by
it's
the way-
staying lit.
Which, by the way, as far as food prices,
What?
guess what's on fire? The food stocks for cattle in Nebraska.
What?
Yep, Nebraska's on fire. Almost the whole state. Wildfires throughout Nebraska.
Shit.
Suspicious origin.
Bill Gates?
Could be. So, I'm a fan of this cigar.
Yeah.
I like shaggy feet. I'm into hobbits, clearly.
I was about to crack that joke, but I was inhaling on the cigar.
But as far as the blend, this particular blend from La Aurora is incredibly earthy,
Mm-hmm.
but not salty earthy. This is wet, deep, volcanic.
Mm.
And just the construction is unique. It is one of those things being a very limited cigar. We do have them available for a limited time only.
Okay.
Jeff, what do you think?
It's a good cigar. For me, I'm getting a taste of very rich toasted rye bread.
Yes, that's in there too. He's got a
Not the pumpernickel that I get at
no.
some others, but rye bread.
rye bread. So, and that's a palate difference between the two of us. Like I said, I get the volcanic earth.
I like it because it reminds me of a waffle cone, you know.
Yeah,
it
exactly. That little
tapers down,
spiral, the
has a nice little
taper.
spiral, taper.
So, would you smoke it again, gentlemen?
Yes.
It's a yes out of you,
Yes.
yes out of Jeff, a yes out of me, and we'll get Amy's opinion when we see her again after baseball. So with that,
I'm Jacob.
I'm Michael.
I'm
This
Jeff.
has been yet another
Jeff.
edition of What the Fuck.
Thanks for tuning in, fuckers.